You made some serious waves last week when you reported that the Warriors, they were in the market to acquire a star. That move would, of course, help maximize Steph Curry, but Golden State does have a number of limitations in making any big moves here. Let's just take a look real quick at the Warriors trade outlook. This is all according to Bobby. They have some attractive potential pieces, Wiggins maybe, Kuminga, Pajemski. They have 3 tradable firsts, 4 seconds. Mr. Marks, help us make sense of this. What is the market here for a Warriors move? What would that look like?
Well, it's all about hitting singles. The one name that's not on there is DeAnthony Melton, who's injured. He's out for the year. And I think the team to keep an eye on for Golden State is certainly the Brooklyn Nets. And when we look at the Brooklyn, who could be that player? Malika, I'm looking at Dennis Schroeder. He's in the last year of his contract. He's on an expiring $13 million contract. He's having a career year. When you look at it from Melton, this is easy. This isn't easy. We don't even have to bring out the calculator for this. $13 million for $12.8 million. This works. As you said, they have 4 second-round picks. I think the hard thing for Golden State is getting rid of one of those firsts that they have available. This summer, they could have up to 5 first-round picks that they can make in a trade. So Schroeder for Melton, I think for Golden State, that makes the most sense instead of maybe chasing that big star.
Bobby, I thought you was going to do something that was going to make me dance a
I did it yesterday, Perk. I did it yesterday.
I need something powerful, and I love Dennis Schroeder, but I'm thinking about Golden State, Shams. You know, we tossed around a lot of names, you know, since you broke that news. LeBron James. I'd said maybe we talked about Zion Williamson, Jimmy Butler, right? They need a guy that's going to move the needle. I'm also thinking about now Jonathan Kuminga. He's in the starting lineup. Is it in the starting lineup because they want to see what he could do or to raise his value up?
They're about to find out. They couldn't get a contract extension done, but Jonathan Kuminga's been waiting for this opportunity. There's people in that organization, players included, that have been waiting for Jonathan Kuminga to finally get this opportunity from Steve Kerr. So he has it, but they have between now and the trade deadline. That's going to shape their future. What will they see out of Jonathan Kuminga? Is there a star that becomes available? Is it a guy like Jimmy Butler who is, he has the Warriors on his preferred destinations list? So we'll see between now and the trade deadline. A lot of it depends on the performances.
And Jimmy Butler, he did speak with reporters today, and when he was asked about his future in Miami, he said, quote, "Who knows?" So really interesting insight.
Things are really interesting, especially when you talk about Jonathan Kuminga, because Draymond Green, it seems like things are full circle. He's like, I'm cool to go to the bench if that means Jonathan Kuminga and us, we keep winning. But you guys know who Draymond's also friends with? LeBron James. I'm curious because in this calendar year, y'all, we did hear, and it got kind of cute between the Lakers and the Warriors, the potential of those two playing together, Steph and LeBron. Is that something that is feasible? Because we've seen those rumblings start to hit, Bobby.
When we're talking about the salary cap and contracts, I think anything can happen here. I think obviously the biggest thing would be LeBron James has a no-trade clause. So if things go off the tracks when we get to February and LeBron James looks at this roster and they're in the play-in or maybe they're on the outside of the play-in, would he waive that no-trade clause and ask to be traded? I think that's something we approach when we get to February here. Listen, they've got the contract. Certainly James here at $48.7 million. He's got the no-trade clause. They've got the contracts. They've got Andrew Wiggins. They've got that Melton expiring contract. They've got a ton of expiring contracts. Gary Payton, certainly Kayvon Looney, Jonathan Kuminga. They can get the money to match if we want to talk about just from an economic standpoint. But at the end of the day, the ball would be in LeBron James's court here.
We know that, and I'm glad because it all ties together.
How,
right?
Perk?
Because, you know, Bobby and our boy Wendy, they come out and they say, oh, well, Bron, he's not playing. He just wants the Lakers to improve their roster.
Yeah.
Duh, right? But if they don't improve the roster, that's why I mentioned yesterday that, hey, you know what? If LeBron James do get to the point where he say, you know what, I want to explore trade options, guess what? The one guy that stopped it last year, his agent, Rich Paul, my sources tell me he won't get in the way of it this year.
Oh, your sources. Okay, this is when I need to check in with Shams and his sources. Let's just base in reality here. The most realistic outlook for the Golden State Warriors, it doesn't seem to be with LeBron James, but check me if I'm wrong.
I think they're exploring a lot of other options out there in the marketplace. The Nets have a few players. They have Dennis Schroeder, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. Do you want to amplify your wing depth? Do you want to go get a guard like Dennis Schroeder? I think that's on the horizon. They're going to be in the marketplace for that playmaker scorer. Okay. Now, whether that's going to be a star, a player like a Jimmy Butler, or will it be a guy like Dennis Schroeder? I think that's what we're going to see between now and that deadline.
Is that the Warriors have been sniffing around making a star player transaction for almost a year now. And right now, they're basically making the final analysis on Jonathan Kuminga. Are they going to keep him or are they going to move him? Over the last 2 weeks, he's moved into the starting lineup. He's averaged 21 points and 5 rebounds and almost 50% shooting in those games. And let's see, this also could be termed as a showcase, depending. Now, who would they potentially be showcasing him for? That's a good question to ask. One of the most important names to watch between now and the February trade deadline isn't just Jonathan Kuminga, it's also Jimmy Butler down in Miami. Jimmy Butler is really, since last spring, when the Heat made it clear they were not going to extend his contract, we were probably headed for an ending of the ways between the Heat and Jimmy Butler. I wouldn't say it's a done deal yet, but I think teams are starting to kick the tires there and look and see what it might take, and the Warriors are one of them. The Warriors have been really active in trying to look for a star player. They kicked the tires on a couple other stars over the summer. And if Jimmy Butler is available and the Warriors feel like they need to upgrade, that could be. But who else is on their list, Roz? That's LeBron James. And I know that this is one of the most fascinating opportunities in the league. It's a delicious scenario to think about. The Warriors have dreamed of pairing LeBron with Steph Curry and Draymond Green since last year. They've made an inquiry and it got shut down last February. That was before LeBron played with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and won the gold medal over the summer. So they will definitely monitor the situation, and I don't think they do anything without knowing this door is locked. But I would just say with LeBron, it's up to him. He has a no-trade clause, and he has given no indication he wants the Lakers to do anything but upgrade the roster they've got, not that he wants to go anywhere.
So as you heard, the Golden State Warriors are looking to make some big trades, and I definitely see this being the time that the Golden State Warriors need to make a move now. A big reason for this is that the Golden State Warriors do have a great roster around them. They have players like Jonathan Kuminga, D'Anthony Melton, who unfortunately did get injured, but also others like Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson. The list really does go on and on, Brandon Podziemski. But I still do believe, and I think a lot of Warriors fans do believe, that they don't have enough firepower in order for them to actually win an NBA championship. And because of that, the Golden State Warriors are looking at some big stars like LeBron and like Jimmy Butler, and I think now is the perfect time to make that move. Now, like mentioned in the video, Jimmy Butler has done a fantastic job this season, averaging 19 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.8 assists, but it's definitely evident that Jimmy Butler can't carry this Miami Heat team to an NBA championship. He's done it time and time again, bringing them to the NBA Finals, but as Jimmy Butler continues to get older, it seems that his odds and chances of being able to do that is starting to wear thin. And because of that, Jimmy Butler may be on his way out. The Miami Heat also have made it known that they are looking to actually trade Jimmy Butler, or are willing to accept trades towards Jimmy Butler as well. And I think if the Golden State Warriors put together a great asset for the Miami Heat, they would definitely look and consider at trading him. When it comes to the Golden State Warriors, I think big trade assets that they're definitely going to be looking at is players like Jonathan Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins. Other players may be in discussion: Moses Moody, Gary Payton II, all these others. But I think some of the players that will definitely stay are Podziemski, are Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, these sort of players, and I think Buddy Hield will definitely stay. But they will need to give up some big players from this Warriors roster if they are looking to get another NBA superstar to team up with someone like Steph Curry. Now, looking further on, we also have none other than the king, LeBron James. Now, LeBron James would be honestly a match-up nightmare for everyone if he was to team up with Steph Curry, and it is definitely a dream for both of them. LeBron and Steph have already said time and time again that they love playing with each other, and we saw that definitely during the Olympics. But overall, I think LeBron James, what he can definitely bring to this Golden State Warriors team is definitely even more leadership and more star power. Right now this season, he is averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, so almost averaging a triple-double, while also shooting 49% from the field and 36% from the three. So LeBron has been shooting absolutely fantastic, and I think it will continue on. So that is why the Golden State Warriors need to take an opportunity now that LeBron James is at the age of 39. LeBron has mentioned time and time again that he does not know how long he has left in in the NBA. And I definitely see that being a big plus due to the fact that if he is on his way out, the Lakers may look to trade him to at least get something in return. So I think LeBron has one last opportunity to make a run for a chip, and so does players like Steph, and the Golden State Warriors do definitely know that, and now may be the perfect time to make that move. Like we mentioned time and time again, Steph Curry isn't getting any younger, and it isn't going to be easier for him in the future for him to win an NBA championship, and especially with players like Draymond Green, who is also getting older as well. So it definitely is time for the Golden State Warriors to make that happen. And for that reason, we definitely do like Golden State Warriors to acquire another NBA superstar in order for that to happen. So because of that, definitely keep, an eye out for these trades. There definitely could be a big trade on their hands. So you want to keep an eye out for it.